everyone.
It's Tuesday morning. Now we know that each day when you get out of bed, you have to definitely think of the privilege to be alive.
Yeah. The cogent reason why we would like to be the first on your screens to help you start your day with loads of excitement is gratitude.
And of course, someone that is extremely grateful this morning is Topinalo.
Hey!
Listen on it. What's good?
Mike, I refuse to get used to that name.
You don't have to get used to the name.
I don't stop it. I don't like it. Tokwe, I am not Lizzie Bebe.
I love the hair though. I'm loving the hair.
Thank you.
We're kind of getting used to your, what do they call that?
Bantu nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
So
we're getting used to
spice
it.
up. No, don't get used to it. No more.
All right, so that line we started, we made me remember one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah.
Woody Rock and Mary, good to be alive.
Oh.
But hey, we'll talk about that much later. Morning, welcome. It's your numero uno breakfast show on television.
Yeah.
Wake Up Nigeria.
The most anticipated Tuesday edition, and we have a really interesting show prepared especially for you.
Yep, it's the most productive day of the week, as it is said. Probably the most productive on Wake Up Nigeria now.
Yeah.
We have a fantastic 1 hour, 45 minutes about to kick off. Now, if you don't want to miss any of the plethora of amazing content we have in store for you, just chill, relax. Grab a coffee, cup of tea or something.
Beverage.
Beverage. All right. And stay with us until the very end. I am Mike.
And I'm Titilayo Oniso. Now we also have the pretty one.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Why did you introduce that?
Calm down. I want to introduce her again. I think she's looking fly today now. Allow me. Allow me.
Get my coffee, Tokwe. You have coffee for me.
Yes, I'm trying to sell coffee. Am I selling coffee?
It's
I was
ready.
about to say it's good to see you again, Mike, but now
it's ready.
I beg you get money for me. The way we just be happy this morning. I beg dollars.
Don't worry. I plan to maybe do a wig exchange.
Send your azar.
I beg bless me.
I'm lobbying for wig. Lobbying for wig.
Send your azar. Send your azar.
Mike, if you
remember that if you have to be out and about, people, you need to stream this show live on Facebook at TVC Connect. And of course, you can be part of the show with the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC across all social media platforms.
Of course, you can watch us live anywhere across the world. You can go on Facebook, that's TVC Connect, like she mentioned. Of course, our mobile app available on iOS and Google Play Store, where you can access us everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, if you haven't followed us yet, just make sure you follow us on all platforms. And let's tell you what's happening on today's show.
Let's get straight to it now. It's important that health, we cannot overstate it, especially in these times. We'll like to kick off with Dr. Kuti Olatunde. He's a medical practitioner who's worked in both private and public sector with a keen interest in public health to talk about blood pressure.
That's something not a lot of people understand. We really need to give them some insight on what they need to know. Right after that, we'll be having a musical performance from Justina Lee Brown, a singer, songwriter, and music composer, someone who's living her best life and telling her story through music.
Founder of Mama Hill Montessori School, Ochiko Prudence, to discuss the topic, spark up your child's imagination through play. An interesting conversation you can't afford to miss.
Finally, we have Frank Itom, a creative visionary with over 12 years of professional and freelance experience in bringing brands to life through innovations in branding. Now, we'll be joined by him to have an interesting conversation a little later on the show. It's great to see you guys. I feel like I've not seen you guys in a while, especially you.
Yes, but I haven't seen seen Mike longer because I still saw you 2 weeks ago. But I didn't see you
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Is that long? Have you seen her this year?
I was not around.
I have, of course.
Who is this?
Come on.
And when you say 2 weeks, it's like, okay, we went on 26th.
Hand of the king is here.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
king?
The hand of the king is here.
Yeah.
Can you see that pin?
Do you always pay your debts?
I don't owe. I was greater than the Lannisters. I don't owe. Incidentally, I was going through through some part of the show, but hey, we'll talk about that one much later. It's been dusty.
Yeah.
My car is extremely dusty because where I parked. You see the dust, like I should just change the color.
It's about time for the news updates on Wake Up Nigeria. The Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, has imposed dusk to dawn curfew in 9 local government areas in Orlu Zone to check the rising insecurity in the area. There are reports of a clash between IPOB's Eastern Security Network and troops from the Nigerian Army. Not less than 2 people have died. Although the public relations officer of the Imo State Police Command, Orlando Ikeoku, said he has not gotten the details of the incident, he confirmed the clash which took place on Monday afternoon. The governor has directed for the deployment of security agencies to restore peace and order in the area. Still on security matters, but this time in Abuja, where abductors of children from Rachel's orphanage home in Abaji area of the nation's capital are demanding a ransom of 10 million to free their captives. Eyewitnesses say the gunmen abducted 7 kids and 3 adults after shooting a security man attached to the orphanage home. The 3 adults have now been identified as Rukayat Saliu, Suwaiba Momo Jomir as well. The chairman of the council, Abdurrahman Aliyah, confirmed the incident and said appropriate authorities have been contacted. The spokesperson of the FCT Police Command, Mariam Yusuf, also confirmed the incident, but said only 6 persons were kidnapped, while 1 person had been rescued. She said the command already deployed its men to the forest to ensure the remaining victims are rescued unhurt. Nigeria is expecting 10 million doses of vaccines, which will arrive in the early weeks of February. This is as the Presidential Task Force assured that these vaccines will be safe and effective when it's deployed. The PTF on Covid-19 also announced that there have been reports of cases with the B117 variant strain, which was first reported in the UK, found in Nigeria. And 3 of these were travelers out of Nigeria and 1 a resident. The PTF appeals to Nigerians to take responsibility and stay very safe. The PTF reminded residents of measures to curtail the virus, which include advisory to subnational entities to enforce adherence to non-pharmaceutical initiatives already well publicized. Also, sanctions against international passengers that fail to show up for day 7 post-arrival testing. Meanwhile, scientists from the U.S. pharmaceutical company says Moderna's COVID vaccine appears to work against the new, more infectious variants of the virus found in the UK and South Africa. Early laboratory tests suggest antibodies triggered by the vaccine can recognize and fight the new variants. More studies are needed to confirm if this is true for people who have been vaccinated. The new variants have been spreading fast in a number of nations. They have undergone changes that mean that they can infect human cells more easily than the original version of coronavirus that started the pandemic. And that's all we have time for on the news update for now. Welcome back. Now it's time for us to take a quick look at what's happening in the newspapers this morning. We're going to start with The Guardian newspaper, which has this headline this Tuesday, 26th of January 2021. Federal government's revenue shortfall, debts weaken CBN's interventions. CBN financing deficit is highly inflationary, says DG and LCCI, could complicate efforts to bring inflation under control, according to Fitch. Takes time to fix disparity between revenue and expenditure, according to Professor Ajibola. Now, it also says here, Southwest governors Mieti Allah agree to flush out killer herdsmen, ban night and underage grazing. Falai accuses federal government of undue ethnic sentiment, and Northern elders urge Buhari to douse tension. It also says here that on page 6, you'll see a story on gunmen killing army police officers in Delta community. Oil communities stakeholders reject PIB as Senate promises speedy passage. Enugu female students still locked up by AMCON, school management alleges. And finally, gunmen demand 110 million naira to release kids others abducted in Abuja. And that's what we have on the cover of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Moving swiftly to The Punch, we have this headline: herders registration begins. NGF Mieti Allah back at Keredolu's order. Governor's order stays despite peace talks. Herdsmen start leaving Ondo forests. And the Governor's Forum urges states to raise farmers' herdsmen panels over clashes, killings. Meanwhile, Makinde more concerned with political status than getting solutions, says Minister. Pages 2 and 11 have more on that. Right at the top of the page there, it says Olam BATN, 8 exporters earn $188 million in 1 month. And finally, refineries shut for 15 straight months, and they lose 152.08 billion naira. That's what we have on the cover of The Punch. Now, it's about time for us to hear what we have from Tuesday on Daily Vulnerables.
When I began to read, to learn about living a joyful life, I would find myself being ashamed whenever I was sad. It's almost like, I've practiced all of these things now, why am I sad? Until I realized, and I would argue with this, I'd be like, I should not be sad. And even now, I still do it. Just thinking about it now, I still do it. It's like, I'll be arguing, why am I sad now? I've practiced everything. I've done my gratitude journal and I meditate. I'm kind, you know, I'm always learning. I'm always asking for forgiveness. Why am I sad? And I forgot. And I always remind myself when those times, and then I learned later, that living a joyful life includes knowing how to be sad. What happens when you lose a loved one? What happens when you don't get the contract that you want to get? Being joyful is, how do you process it? How do you accept it? How do you engage it? What do you do with the feelings and emotions that arise when you don't get what you want or you get something you don't want? How you handle sadness is often directly linked to whether you have to how much joy you are able to experience in the world. Because I promise you, in this world you will have trouble. And then Jesus the Christ said, but can you try to be of good cheer, knowing that the world will keep moving anyway, and that many things are not often as bad as they first appear. So this is what I've learned now. Today I am sad, I embrace it, I accept it, and I ask myself, well, where do I go from here? How do I process this? What do I do next?
So we should have.
I am Titi. I like food.
You are Mike. You are Mike. You like.
What do you like?
Football.
What do you like?
Football.
I kind of know something you like more
Football
than
and
football.
movies.
Football.
Yeah.
Wow.
And movies.
And movies.
I am Tokwe. I like.
What do you like, bro?
Yeah,
What do you like?
I like. My colleagues are saying rubbish. I like food.
I said that.
But I like food too. You see, your food.
Food is something that we can like,
See,
though.
this
It's
morning I
allowed.
woke up and I was telling myself that.
Yeah.
No, Tokwe, you need to be committed to eating less. Like, I need to be committed to
So,
No, that's not. MM is just by the corner. She knows. She just
yeah, MM just said
what Tokwe likes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, come on. Food is something that it's a necessity. So liking of food is something that I don't know. I don't know if it should be amongst the likes. Just like light. I don't know if anybody can say you like light. Is there anybody that likes light?
We like
I like
electricity.
light, I just don't like the
bill. You don't like the bill.
So
I don't like
this
the bill.
last year.
Okay, I was going to say
into
something.
This year, there was a 100% increase when it comes to electricity bills, and now it's like more than 100%. The way it's going. So there have been complaints from different quarters about how maybe normally you use 5,000 naira in a month, and this time around it's in 20,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know a lot of
20,000
people-
is even less than a month. To be honest.
and these are not estimated. These are people that are using prepaid.
Prepaid, yes.
Yeah.
And then normally if I get 1,000, I also use prepaid. If I get 1,000, you get about 42, 44 units before this time. And that could take me, depends on how the supply is, that could take maybe a week plus or something, 2 weeks. But now you get maybe 24 or even less for that same amount. So that's why you need a 100% increase. And then it seems like the thing they chop the lights
See,
more.
I say
Pass
get where
as
they
they-
leak.
So-
I don't understand.
So you know how it is and in the UK now, you know how it is when you enter a room and you are leaving the room,
You off.
you off the lights. You turn it off. You have to turn it off. Like there's nothing like, oh, don't worry, let the AC chill this place or whatever. If you're not in the room, don't put it on.
Yeah, but
like
the thing is, now abroad, you're getting value for the money you're spending. But in Nigeria, you really can't measure the lights
Exactly.
to the availability.
okay.
Which
You
is very
get,
true.
like you spend 20,000, okay.
Yeah.
But you come back home and that 20,000 is just there. There's no light. You're now running gen. Do you understand?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But abroad,
I
once
get
you
that.
turn on the light, it comes
It's
on.
there.
on.
So you know that you're getting value.
So, for instance, if a friend who traveled said he got back, he left the fridge on, there was a lot of stuff in the fridge,
Yeah.
food and all of
Yeah.
that, food he had packed and all of that, and he came back and
and
he
it's
had
gone.
to almost half of the stuff in his
food.
freezer,
Oh,
not even in the fridge.
gone.
So in his he has a deep freezer, and I was like, if there's a deep freezer, so the point, normally when you go out,
Yeah.
you see there, like you said, people turn off their fridge, their
Yeah.
freezer,
Yeah.
and all of that because they know that see, the food won't spoil.
Yeah.
It has, if I come back, I'll just turn it back on or
Yeah.
or whatever. But here, you have to leave it on.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, even at the leaving tone, you're praying where you are, you're calling your neighbor.
See?
Alpha,
Honestly.
what's you? Lights don't come.
They don't bring light.
They're not bringing light.
Help me go on my fridge. Help me on
There's
my
some
fridge.
people that don't even leave work if they hear that there's no lights. Like they will actually call people in their neighborhood.
How
They're
come
like,
there's light?
light don't come. They never bring them. Be like say they go bring her around like maybe 10 p.m. Then they'll now start gauging the time they get home just because of electricity. And it feels like it's pulled a lot of people's opportunities back. Imagine how much we've achieved as a nation, as a people, as entrepreneurs, and so much more without light. Imagine if we now had
Have
it.
light.
Imagine how far we could have gone, the ends of the earth that they could have been hearing our name by now if we had electricity full
Yeah.
time.
Someone said something, and let me be very, very honest here. The best we can do is to try to see if Nigeria will work for the future generation.
Yeah.
That's the best we can do.
Yeah.
And this is me being extremely optimistic, not in this generation.
Wow.
That's me being extremely optimistic. Because if you are, the institutional decay and how far it has gone, it will take generations to wipe it out.
Yeah.
It will.
So I would say the most we can do is to fight and ensure that our children, because that's what we can do now.
Yeah.
So ensure that our children will leave a better Nigeria for our children.
I was going to say, a lot of people are switching to solar, and it is working for them. It's expensive to start
is.
off,
Exactly.
but it's working.
And we
Yeah,
have the
but
power of the sun in sub-Saharan
Yes.
Africa.
Yeah.
If outside Africa people are using, getting the best from solar,
Yeah. Yeah.
this should be the power hub. This should be where
Yeah.
it all happens. So
And I
like
think
said,
we should work on that, actually. I think I might
Yeah.
work on that myself.
hope towards getting
But,
our best. Okay, all right. That's it. Let's know your thoughts. What do you think about the electricity hike? How have you been dealing with this? Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC at TVC Connect on Twitter and Facebook, and let's hear your thoughts. We'll take this number and I'll be back right after this.
Welcome back and welcome to the kitchen, people. I have with me Chef Shebotimo.
Good morning.
And I'm not sharing my cup of tea with you
Why?
because I'm greedy.
Oh, why it's not good? You're not like
I'm
that now.
greedy.
Why are you like this now?
I said I'm greedy or greedy.
Let's be greedy together.
Good to have you here again.
Yes,
And
thank
this
you.
morning we're preparing boiled yam and scrambled
Scrambled
eggs.
eggs.
But we have shrimps.
Yes.
So scrambled eggs with shrimps.
Orishi.
It's gonna be a little Asian.
Yes,
So what
sir.
are we using for our breakfast? We have cucumbers, I
We
can
have
see.
cucumber, we have our bell pepper,
Green and yellow bell peppers. Our atarodo.
Atarodo, exactly.
And
Green
then green
peas,
peas. What do we have here? Pepper mix.
pepper mix,
Okay, so we have pepper,
crayfish,
onions, and what?
egg,
What's inside? Let's finish with this.
crayfish,
Oh,
salt,
okay. Also, it's mixed
Onions,
already.
yes.
Onions, okay. And we have our shrimps, we have our eggs, we have
and
yam,
and our
and
carrots.
carrots. Okay.
So I'm trying to slice the carrot because I'm going to preheat it.
Preheat it.
Yes.
All right.
So
Okay, so going to preheat it. But I'm always concerned about these things when we preheat them. Doesn't it reduce the nutritional value?
no, just for it. Now I'm putting it in egg. So
Okay,
for it to be soft.
Soft. Yes.
When you putting it in any other food like rice or the heat there is more.
Yeah.
But the heat in egg is not as
not as
much
much, of
as it is. So that's
Yeah.
why I want to preheat.
Preheat it. Okay.
I'm
Now, why
trying to
did you peel the back of the cucumbers?
Some of the back of the cucumber, some of them always get bitter.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't want
be safe.
To be safe, let me just
Take it all out.
take it off.
Okay.
That's
But are we using this for plating, or you're actually going to fry the egg with it?
for plating.
For plating, okay. I wanted to know if we're going to get our pens to start writing how to fry egg with cucumbers. I'm sure it's possible. I'm sure people have tried it.
Very
People
possible.
have tried it.
Very possible, you know.
So this sauce
know-
here, did you fry it or you just blended it?
I just blended everything. I am going to. It's coming later.
Oh, okay.
I want to preheat this that I'm doing.
Veggies.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Before doing that, it's coming later because, like I said, I don't want this to get so much, but just a little heat.
It's okay.
So that's why I want to do this first. So
Okay, and then our yam,
our yam.
putting it.
Yeah, but that yam is coming in another shape.
Hey, is that why we have this here?
Oh my God, you have let the secret out.
I'm sorry, let's go back. Sorry, just pretend like you didn't see it. Yes.
After seeing it.
Pretend that we can act surprised. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this.
No, you can't. When you are eating,
But I don't. But
your eating should be
I'm concerned.
creative.
I'm concerned.
Why
So,
concerned?
how many of you should I eat? Like 100? Before I'll be full.
We must see it 100.
Because it's
You
kind of-
see the food so palatable, so interesting. You are filled up already.
Let's quickly run through the ingredients for the benefit of those watching at home. We have oil, yam, eggs, fish, carrots, spices, shrimps, green peas, bell peppers, chili peppers. Yeah, those are the ingredients if you want to prepare yam and scrambled eggs at home. And you can also go and get your shape creator. Even though if you invite somebody like me to your house and you give me food in this
See,
size,
Tope,
we're going to have a problem.
No. You know, by saying the food, seeing the food, you are filled up.
It's not possible. Only Lati. These days I've been trying to be speaking Yoruba, so please.
You want to?
Only Lati je onje.
You cannot speak. Don't speak. It's not my fault. You are not
I'm going to learn. People like you that are not encouraging.
Oh, yeah, I want you to.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
now,
you.
but
Only
you know-
Lati je onje to po.
But you will not grow big.
My dear, it's only one life. You grow big in it.
But no, it's good to eat good
So
food.
now,
You know, when you are
for
eating,
still-
our food should be creative.
It should
That's
be.
the essence
But
of.
we are now chopping
I
all the
have
things
a
that
client.
we need
I
to.
have
One
a client.
second.
Yeah, okay.
So we're chopping what we need to chop before we start our gist and then embarrass ourselves for national team.
No.
Let's chop.
I am not trying to tell you creating what's creativity in food.
Yeah, it is. Okay, but
have-
we're going
some
to
of our
have to
children don't
go
like-
on a break.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, we're
We'll
going to
come
go on a
back.
break from the kitchen. Yeah, so Titi is standing by
Oh, yeah.
and ready to take us away. Titi, it's all yours.
Thank you so much, Tokwe. Now, all the chopping and dicing in the kitchen is, it's making my stomach juices begin to turn a little. Thank you so much, Chef, for joining us. It's about time for us to see what we have for health. As you know, putting our health first at times like these is very, very important. Dr. Kuti Olatunde is a medical practitioner who's worked on both private and public sector with a keen interest with regard to public health. And today we're talking blood pressure. You probably heard high blood pressure, low blood pressure. You've probably heard about it affecting people in different ways. We're here to find out more about this. Doc, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Happy New Year.
Same to you. Same to you. Happy New Year. Too.
All right. So now let's just give a little overview on what high blood pressure or low blood pressure refers to.
Okay. High blood pressure basically is when you have the value of your blood pressure greater than 130 and 90. So we have a upper value and a lower value.
Okay.
So the upper value if it's greater than 130, while the lower value if it's greater than 90, that's high blood pressure.
Okay.
The low blood pressure is when the upper value is less than 90,
Okay.
while the lower value is less than 60.
Oh, wow.
So that's low blood pressure. So normally, ideal blood pressure should be between 120 to 120 upper value.
Yeah.
Lower value should be 80.
Okay.
So that's normal.
What are the leading causes for high and low blood pressure issues?
So for blood pressure, we have basically two types. The one that is more common, we don't usually know the cause.
Okay.
So there are just risk factors associated with it. The fact that you are black, unfortunately, is a risk factor.
Okay.
Males are more prone to having high blood pressure than females.
Okay.
Your inactivity can also lead to that, then there's generic risk factor. If there's a family line of high blood pressure, most likely the person will develop high blood pressure. While the second one is the one that you can actually identify what is causing it. So you can have kidney issues, one of the most common cause, diabetes, obesity, and urinary tract infection in some cases, untreated. So those are like the second part where you know this is what is causing the high blood pressure. But the most common one is the one that you can actually identify the primary cause. They are just risk factors associated with it.
Okay, so now a lot of people don't understand how this affects their lifestyle, because obviously things that have to do with the blood, you can't really see them, you know. So what are the most common things to look out for to find out if you are having blood pressure issues?
Thank you very much. The unfortunate thing with high blood pressure is that for majority of people, it's usually asymptomatic. It doesn't present with any symptoms, so it's always an incidental finding. So the person comes to the hospital, they check the blood pressure, they find out that it's high. But for some people that I call lucky few, they will have problems like persistent headache. They are using over-the-counter medication, the headache is not going. They have things like high blurry vision. They have things like dizziness. And for some people, they have palpitations.
So their heart just
they are feeling the heartbeat. Normally, you're not supposed to feel it while your heart is beating, but some people, they start feeling it. So those are the very few common symptoms you can see. But on a larger scale, majority of people don't usually present with any symptoms until when there's complication.
Okay, so now, if it's so hard to actually identify, what's the basic advice from the doctor's office now with regard to, you know, the general public?
So what we usually advise is at least to check your blood pressure the minimum once a month, especially when you are...
Once a month?
Yes.
Goodness.
Especially when you are approaching the age of 35 and above. So it's usually common in people. The older you get, the more likely that there can be a risk factor for high blood pressure. Though, nowadays, we see it in younger generations due to some other factors that is being identified right now. But after 35 years of age, it's usually advised that you check it on a regular basis, at least once a month. So you go to the hospital, let them check. In fact, you can even have it at home. We have the automated speak that you can use at home.
The portable one?
Yes, you can use it at home, and you can always get your readings.
Okay. So, and if, for instance, you maybe have your blood pressure checked, and you notice it's high or it's low, what's the first thing you need to do? So,
first thing, inform your health care provider, and they will now decide what is the next step, depending on how high your blood pressure is. So, for some people that will pick it very early, if the blood pressure is not still high, there's something we call lifestyle modification, which is usually the first step of management of blood pressure. So, you want to see how this person has been managing him or herself in terms of stress. Have you been having adequate sleep? Your diet, especially. Are you taking a lot of salt? You have to reduce your salt intake. You have to become more active. So if you are someone that's from the house to the car to the office, you have to become more active, exercise yourself. If you're on the big side, you have to reduce your weight. You have to reduce how you take fatty things. So majorly, in that kind of case, we usually advise that you even go with a dietitian for your management, because diet is actually very key in management of early blood pressure. But for some people whereby the blood pressure is a bit elevated that lifestyle management can't treat, then you add antihypertensive medications to it. So we have various types. So depending on how high it is, you add antihypertensive medication to their lifestyle modification.
All right. All right, so now I feel like, you know, there are probably some home remedies that some people have, you know, come up with, or that you've probably heard your patients talk about that help them. For instance, I've heard things like garlic and things like that help. Are these all myths, or do they work?
Well, I would say they are myths.
Okay.
But however, I don't always want to throw them away, because these are practices that people have done over the years, and for some strange reason, it works for some people.
Okay.
But I would not advise that that's the only thing you do.
Okay.
You know, even if you have an idea or you have somebody that it has worked for, you want to use it, no problem. But make sure that you see your health care provider and you can walk in line with it, and you can get medical advice from them.
I wanted to touch on the issue of COVID-19. Now, we've heard about the fact that certain people have higher risk factors than others. Do people with high blood pressure fall into that category?
Exactly. People with high blood pressure fall into the category of the people with COVID-19, whereby they can have serious complications. So high blood pressure, asthma, diabetes. So because high blood pressure deals with the vessel, and this person already has a lot of pressure going on in the vessel. The body system is already stressed. COVID-19 is another disease infection that brings down your immune system. So they really work hand in hand, and if you are someone that has high blood pressure, in fact, in this period in time, those are the people that we say you should take extra care. You have underlying medical condition, high blood pressure, asthma, diabetes. You should take serious precautions because you are likely to have more complications.
Dr. Kuti, you know it's always a pleasure having you on the show. Hopefully you've learned a thing or two this morning. If you have questions, please go to our social media pages. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Ask your questions and Dr. Kuti will help out.
Welcome back to the kitchen, people. I and Chef Shoboti Moore have been preparing your breakfast, yes. And there's actually something interesting about this. As much as I think that I do not like food in small portions, this actually looks cute. So, Chef Shoboti Moore, let's show them how you've been creating these heart-shaped yams. So, we're going to do this before we... But my concern is for... Oops. My concern is for these ones that are left. So, what happens?
We cook it together.
Okay, we'll still cook them. Yes. Okay, but this is for decoration. But this is nice. I mean, I can like to eat this. But this is, I think kids would really love this.
Yes,
it would make their eating, it would excite them to eat more. Kids that have low appetite.
Exactly.
Not kids like me.
Even adults.
Adults, if you're not eating, my dear, you're looking for money. It's understandable.
No, it's not adults. You know, some adults don't just have appetite for food. But when they see good food, well-plated, creative,
I need to be in that WhatsApp group because I've been thinking of the way I'm eating these days.
You are a foodie person now.
So you have joined it.
No, did I just say that? Oh. No. I didn't mean it that way.
Okay, so while we were away, Chef Shoboti Moore, will I say you pan-seared the veggies with the shrimps? So this is partly ready, right?
Yes.
And then we have the pepper mix, as I'd like to call it.
So I'm going to rinse this and
put it on fire.
Yes.
Okay.
Now this is cooking.
So now, how long is this just plain pepper?
It's pepper, tomato.
Okay.
Tomato.
For those that don't like things that are super spicy, you can moderate the amount of pepper you want to have in there. So we're gonna add this into this after the eggs or before the eggs? After the eggs. Oh, yes. Nice. I have never seen eggs and shrimps. So to be honest, I am as inquisitive as you are, and I'm waiting to see what it's going to turn out to be like. Shrimp egg sauce with heart-shaped yam. Yeah. You go to a restaurant and the way they will call it, you will not know that it's boiled yam and egg sauce. We say shrimp egg sauce plated with...
Start looking for English for me.
What?
Start looking for English.
I just start looking for English. Will you pay me?
You create stress.
No. See, even my creative abilities, they have to be paid for.
It's not you.
It's not. You get it. Okay, now let's run through the menu again. If you're just joining us, we have oil, yam, egg, fish, carrots, spices, shrimps, green peas, bell peppers, and chili peppers. Yes. So this is like a more exciting way to prepare your scrambled eggs. So if you're having visitors and you don't just want the breakfast to just be boiled yam and scrambled eggs, you can add shrimps, you can add green, yellow, red bell peppers. You can also add crayfish, right, Chef?
Yes.
You can add crayfish to give it another aroma, because crayfish aroma is really strong. So I want to see how this is going to come. Which one first? Okay, so the ones without the hearts.
Yes. So because this is going to be more light than this.
Than these
so it will not get rough.
Okay. All right. We're here for this. We are here for this. So you might want to go to the market and buy this heart shape or any other shape. If you have kids or if you're someone with low appetite and you want something to boost your interest in food, so you might want to creatively prepare your meals. I think this is really nice. Titi, you should get this for your kids. But I think those girls have high appetite, so they don't need encouragement to eat. They don't need encouragement to eat. But the water you put is little, though.
Yeah, I'm going to add more.
Okay, you're going to add more. Okay, so that is to note.
I'm just trying to be careful in putting it. You know, like I said, it will be soft, especially when you have soft yam.
Okay.
It will just, you won't be able to get that shape. It will get broken. So I'm trying to put it on it so the eat part of it will work for it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to.
So if you're not too careful, it might break.
After cooking.
After cooking. Oh, I get you. After
cooking.
After cooking.
Especially this so-called
soft yams.
Soft yam, as in yam, soft. So you have to be careful in doing it.
All right, guys.
You get that result of it.
Okay, so right after this, what are we doing next?
We have, the food is almost ready. We are
Food is almost ready. Ooh.
Yes. Ready to eat. Appetite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're definitely having our heart-shaped breakfast today. But, I mean, while Chef Shebotimo is wrapping this up, as she already said, it's going to be ready in a few minutes.
Hello and welcome. It's time for the second hour of what we like to call the best time on breakfast television.
Definitely, if I wasn't hosting this, I'll probably be watching most of it. Most, I must say.
Yeah.
Now, it's the 26th of January.
As in already.
4 more weeks to go.
Ah.
5 more weeks, sorry.
Days. Just days.
8 weeks.
Days.
So, whenever you think of days of months, does that song ever come to your mind?
Which one?
When someone asks, how many days are in April? And you just start 30 days of September.
April, June, and November.
April is 30. January is 31. But hey, come on, the month is winding up. And now, as you go about today's business, remember that true success in some quarters lies in going through your daily challenges without losing your enthusiasm.
I think you need to write that one down because we begin the last 45 minutes of the show right now. Get into your most comfortable position for a beautiful timeout with the finest TV personalities out there. Wake Up Nigeria has the likes of Tokwe Olowoniyan. Hey.
I'm kind of modest, but I'm kind of modest.
If someone listens to you, they will think you're so wise. Wow. They would really think you're so wise. If only they know. Assisted living. Oh my God. It's all right.
Tokwe, you think I'm not wise?
You're not wise.
Wow.
There is wisdom in this packaging.
Wow. No, I'm kind of modest, but I think 2021 might just be the year of the of the vein, you know. It just might be.
Really?
It just might be. Yes, a bit more vain. Hey, come on. But then forget about all of that. I'll advise that you stay put wherever you are and enjoy what we have coming your way. Mike Masikeno, that's the name.
And I'm Titi Layo. So remember, you can use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria across all social media platforms. And of course, join our online community at TVC Connect.
Anywhere around the world, you can watch us and access us live. It's via our mobile app. It's available on iOS and Android Play stores.
Yes, so we also have an anticipated musical performance.
Yeah, what's
People
the name?
online are waiting for
Osondu.
Justina Lee
Where's Justina?
Brown.
Justina, you need to turn this place up. You do anyhow, you see anyhow.
Singer, songwriter, music composer, someone who's living her life while telling her story through music. Mama Hill Montessori School, the one and only Ochuko Prudence Daniels. Now, she's going to be discussing the topic, spark up your child's imagination through play.
If my child, they imagine football.
Yeah, football.
Yes.
And then, of course, we have Frank Itom. He's a creative visionary with 12 years of professional and freelance experience in bringing brands to life through innovations in branding. He will join us for a chat much later on the show.
Wow. People finish your clothes on all these social media things.
Honestly,
When you talk about social
slow
media
motion
videos,
spraying.
the way they make you feel like that person has all the money. Still now he carry pounds.
No,
Yes,
he has money, he has
How do
money.
you know it's
This
not
guy has
monopoly money now?
He has
How
money.
do you know?
No, he has
I'm just saying.
I have some history with
Social
him.
media.
I have some interesting history with
What?
him. Very, very interesting.
Really?
History. That was a lifetime ago. Like
Okay.
a very long time
Oh,
ago.
yeah?
Yeah?
Oh,
A
yeah,
lifetime
tell us
ago.
the history
A
now.
very long time ago.
Did you have...
Like another life.
Wow.
Okay, but hey, come on. There's so much. We can't wait for the performances and, of course, the guests that we have coming right up.
About time for us to take the news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Now, the Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, has imposed dusk to dawn curfew in 9 local government areas in Orlu Zone to check the rising insecurity in the area. There are reports of a clash between IPOB's Eastern Security Network and troops from the Nigerian Army. Not less than 2 people have died. Although the public relations officer of the Imo State Police Command, Orlando Ikeoko, says he has not gotten the details of the incident. He confirmed the clash which took place on Monday afternoon. The governor has directed for the deployment of security agencies to restore peace and order in the area. Still on security matters, but this time in Abuja, where abductors of children from Rachel's orphanage home in Abaji area of the nation's capital are demanding a ransom of 10 million naira to free their captives. Eyewitnesses say the gunmen abducted 7 kids and 3 adults after shooting a security man attached to the orphanage home. The 3 adults have now been identified as Rukayat Saliu, Suaiba Momo and Momo Jamir. The chairman of the council, Abdurrahim Aliyah, confirmed the incident and said appropriate authorities have been contacted. The spokesperson of the SCT Police Command, Mariam Yusuf, also confirmed the incident, but said only 6 persons were kidnapped, while 1 person has been rescued. She said the command already deployed its men to the forest to ensure that the remaining victims are rescued unhurt. Nigeria is expecting 10 million doses of vaccines, which will arrive early February. This is as the presidential task force assured that these vaccines will be safe and effective when it is deployed. The PTF on COVID-19 also announced that there have been reports of cases with the B117 variant strain, which was first reported in the UK, found in Nigeria. 3 of these were in travelers out of Nigeria and 1 in a resident. The PTF appeals to Nigerians to take responsibility and stay very safe. The PTF reminds residents of the measures to curtail the virus, which includes advisory to the subnational entities to enforce adherence to non-pharmaceutical initiatives already publicized, also sanctions against international passengers that fail to show up for the 7-day post-arrival testing. Meanwhile, scientists from the U.S. pharmaceutical company say Moderna's COVID vaccine appears to work against the new, more infectious variants of the virus found in the UK and South Africa. Early laboratory tests suggest antibodies triggered by the vaccine can recognize and fight the new variants. More studies are needed to confirm this is true for people that have been vaccinated. Now, the new variants have been spreading fast in a number of nations, and they have undergone changes that mean that they can infect human cells more easily than the earlier version of coronavirus that started the pandemic. And that's all we have time for on the news update at this time.
Welcome back. And of course, we have our artist for the morning, Justina Lee Brown, who is the most anticipated performance for today. Now, she's a singer, songwriter, and music composer who is living her life while telling her story through music. Good morning, Justina. Good to have you here.
Good morning.
So what are you performing for us this morning?
You Never Know. It's the new single.
Okay, so what inspired the story behind it?
One of my names given by my mother is called Oyemechi.
Okay.
And during my lived in Switzerland over 15 years and seeing my life from where I'm coming from, being a Ajigula girl and Oshodi girl and Kirikiri girl, and seeing where God has taken me through music.
Yeah.
And I remember that name. One time, me and my mother sleeping in the streets of Ajigule.
Okay.
And that's how she gave me that name, said, who knows tomorrow? You never know. So seeing all that is happening in my life and looking at my family, where they are at the moment, so that's where the whole inspiration came from.
So talking about being a Nigerian artist in Switzerland, were you familiar with the Nigerian community there? Nigerian musicians there as well?
Unfortunately, no, but I'm involved in it because most of the time I sponsor most of the Afrobeat concerts that they bring to Switzerland and around Europe. To make sure that they have the chance to come promote our
culture
kind of
and
music in Europe. But because my style of music, it's blues and soul, jazz, and all that.
Now, it's interesting to know that a lot of your fans are already tuned on our Facebook page and on our streaming platforms, and I'm sure they're already tired of listening to me. So you know what? Just blow us away and let us know what we really never know.
Thank you. Think about the good times. Don't think all the sad times. 'Cause we got now. All we got is now. I know that you worry, but baby, you will be fine. So don't you give me that sad face. Just give me your smile. 'Cause you don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows what tomorrow may be. You don't know. You never know. Nobody knows what tomorrow may be. So try to be happy. Don't be sad. 'Cause you don't know. And you never know. Try to be happy. Don't be sad. 'Cause you don't know. And you never know what tomorrow may be. What tomorrow may be. What tomorrow may be. So let your sorrow wash away. Be glad you got today. Smile to the beautiful sun. Don't let fear steal it away. Baby, try to be happy. Forget all your pains. I know how you're feeling, baby, but you don't know. You don't know, and you never know what tomorrow may be. Oh, you don't know. You never know. Nobody knows what tomorrow may be. So try to be happy. Don't be sad. 'Cause you don't know. And you never know. Hey, try to be happy. Don't be sad. 'Cause you don't know. Nobody knows what tomorrow may be. What tomorrow may be. What tomorrow may be. Yeah. Chilo, you're zero. Zero, zero.
Wake Up Nigeria set. Thank you so much for that. Oh my God. It was just so, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And I know you agree. Now we have to move on from music though and move on to parenting. And I love that line. You never know what tomorrow may be. So back in the day, did you ever think that you would be encouraging your kids to learn through play? We have on parenting today the founder of Mama Hill Montessori School, Ochuko Prudence. Now she is going to be discussing sparking up your children's imagination through play. I know this is going to be an interesting conversation because the average Nigerian parent has probably shouted at their kids and said, "You play too much. You play too much. Stop playing." So are we switching this around now?
Oh, well. You know, back in those days when we were growing up, I remember one of the best definitions of science is science is discovery.
Okay.
Yeah, so play is science.
Goodness me.
And it helps to think about it that way so we can encourage our children to bring out the best in them through play.
Okay.
So when children play, their imaginations are stretched and strengthened, and this helps innovation. It helps in just imagine children playing, especially role playing.
Okay.
You know, it helps them to place themselves in other person's perspective, and to help to develop empathy, social skills, and intelligence as well. So play is linked to intelligence, and play is science. I say that again.
Okay, so I want to touch on what you said about role playing. So when we say role playing, you're saying, for instance, taking the role of a doctor, or taking the role of a teacher, or a hairdresser.
Exactly.
And playing. So do the parents get involved with this play, or they just allow the kids to play?
Yeah, parents should create the environment, the atmosphere for the children to play and get involved as well. That way you give more life to the play and help the children more, because when parents are involved, it helps them to validate whatever it is they're doing.
Okay.
Yes, so parents should actually get involved in playing with their children, get on the floor.
Okay.
You know.
On like, just, you know, get on the rug, sit with the child.
Sit with the children, get in the mud, get everywhere, play with your children, ride bicycle, do the pirates, whatever it is.
Okay.
You know, be a tailor, be a doctor, be a chef.
Okay.
And
just play with your kids.
Play with your kids.
So we've been parenting our kids. We've been guarding them. We've been protecting them. We've been feeding them, right? We've been monitoring them, like monitoring spirits. But we've not been playing with our kids. So for those that haven't been playing with their kids, what are the disadvantages of not doing so?
Yeah, same way schools have tailored education solely with curriculum.
Yeah.
So play actually should take us away from the seriousness, because children who don't play actually are less innovative, and they are closed up, kind of. They become a little less light, you know, like they are dull, in quotes.
Yes.
They're not as innovative and expansive in their mind, because play sparks curiosity. And curiosity stretches the mind. So you begin to imagine, your imagination comes through with play. So parents who don't encourage their children to play, they're just regimenting them to one segment, learning, you know, like living a life. Most children are actually living the life of an adult. We shouldn't be. So we should encourage our children to play more. All work and no play, they say.
Makes Jack a dull boy.
That's right.
But, you know, so some people consider watching TV to be play.
That's another aspect I'll be careful to go into.
Okay.
But research has shown that exposure to screen, especially for very young children, impacts brain development.
Okay.
So a lot of us parents have turned TV to our babysitters. It is totally wrong. We should do more of hands-on play, active play, rather than expose our children to too much of TV or screen activities, because the less screen exposure the kids are, the more intelligent they actually become, because engagement with real life, there's nothing that goes into the intellect that doesn't go through the hands. So they should get their hands busy.
Okay, so I like to look at things on a daily timetable. So you wake up, let's say 6 a.m., they're up, 7:30, they're off to school, they're back probably 1 p.m. They probably take 2 hours for homework, right? Then they eat dinner, and then it's time for bed. I mean, where is the playtime? Mommy gets home, or daddy gets home at what, 6, 7 p.m.? When is the time for play?
I like the question. It's a very good question, because homework is another big deal. Ideally, very young children should not be involved in homework. Yeah, I say that to parents. I'm an educator. Homework time should be playtime. There's enough learning going on at school already. And when they come home, they should be free to turn their birds into a boat, a ship or something. Jump around the house. Do stuff that will make their minds free. Even as an adult, you are more productive when you play. when you work, because play sparks fun. As you play, you enjoy what you do, and it helps you to become more resourceful, more innovative. It brings out the best of whatever it is you do.
I wish we had more time to go into this because this topic is so interesting to me, and it's a deep one for a lot of parents. Someone is watching right now wondering what they can do to help their kids play more effectively. And honestly, it's been a pleasure having you for the past month. Come for the show. We're going to be taking your questions on social media. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC at TVC Connect. Ask her and let's see if we can respond. We have some more interesting stuff coming your way. Stay right there. It's still Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you for staying with us. And of course, finally, we have Frank Itam. He's a creative visionary with over 12 years experience of professional and freelance, in bringing brands to life through innovations in branding. Now he'll be joining us for a chat. This is plenty English. Point is, he's on Instagram and he does those things that all these people do on Instagram. Be like, wow, wow, wow. Great to have you, Frank Itam. You are welcome.
Good to be here.
I mean, you over the past year and all of that, from what we've seen, you have you've grown in leaps and bounds on Instagram, and people are asking, who exactly are you? Someone said, are you a comedian? Are you a dancer? Are you an editor? Are you a graphic artist? What exactly are you?
That's a very interesting question. So I think I'm an entertainer. Right?
Okay.
I like to tell stories, and so it could be a short skit, it could be a dance piece, it could just be anything, but I just like to tell stories, and so in whatever way I can tell that story, yeah, I do that. I mean, I used to dance, so dance is just like the quickest and easiest form for me to express that.
To tell the story.
Yeah, so I just will use dance.
So, but professionally, how would you call, how would you put all of this together? What would you call it?
There are different ways to look at it. Maybe we just call it content creation, really.
Content creation.
I think that's like a big umbrella
Content
to
creation.
just
Let's start
put
with
everything
that. Let's start with
there.
that. It's quite a big thing. I mean, considering that we are in a COVID world now where a lot of people are consuming content online. How important have content creators been in the past year so far?
So let's go back to the beginning of my own content creation, which was during the lockdown.
Okay.
I feel like the lockdown was not just physically but also mentally, and so a lot of people were stuck in their houses but also stuck in their minds, and content creators were actually one of the ways to escape your house. And so there were lots of challenges going on, challenges you could do with your family, with your friends, by yourself, and so I feel like those were one of the ways that people got to engage and got to be free, even though we were locked in. And so I think content creation actually helped in that regard with the lockdown and with the whole COVID pandemic. It makes you laugh. It keeps you entertained. And so you are bored in the house, but then you scroll through your phone and you're happy.
You're happy.
Yeah, or you smile.
Then, putting together something for 30 seconds, 1 minute, the back end. Topper was talking about earlier now about how much it takes to even memorize just lyrics from a TikTok video. But the back end, just that 1 minute someone sees online, the back end could take days to put together. Let's talk a bit about the creation process for a number of people who might want to be creators, content creators.
Yeah.
What does it take? I mean, just like the one we saw there now, outfits, editing. Do you edit yourself? Do you do all of that yourself?
Yes, I do, but it's actually really crazy when you have to think of the idea. I mean, personally, for me, I do that myself. So I think of the idea, and while I'm thinking of the idea, I'm also thinking of how to execute it. How do I execute it? How do I make Mike disappear? If I walk past Mike, I know that would be difficult. And so I think about it end to end, and I also finish it, Sometimes it depends on the complexity of the idea. Sometimes it could be 3 hours or 4 hours. But
to create it, to put it together, or
to edit, just the edit.
Just to edit, okay.
Yeah, so sometimes the shoot is like maybe 1 hour, 30 minutes. Some other times 2 hours. Some other times it takes 4 days, some 6 days. There's actually a video that I tried to shoot, so I kept on repeating because I wasn't getting it exactly how I wanted it. So it took me like 6 days to shoot it before I finally got something that was okay enough, right?
And then costuming.
That's another one. That's another one. My laundryman is always happy because when I'm done shooting, there's usually a lot of dirty laundry. So
around,
he's like, should I come and collect laundry? Yeah.
Is it now? So. Let's talk about something. we are involved in content creation, but it's not financially viable for everybody. Has it gotten to the stage for you where it's financially viable?
Not yet. So it started just by, should I say, a friend of mine saying, why don't you try this out? Why don't you do it? Since you can.
You get friends. See why it's good to have friends that have sense. When you have some kind of friends like this, some of you around, they don't ask you those kind of questions.
I agree.
They don't carry you around and flex. I like that.
I agree. So, like, do it, you can. So I thought, why not? That was the Bob Daddy challenge by Fowles.
Oh, by Fowles, yes.
Yeah, and so I thought, yeah, so let's do it. And it was fun. Like, I was happy doing it. I wasn't looking. I didn't even know if that Fowles was giving out money for it. I didn't know that.
You gave me money for it?
Yes.
How much? How much?
I don't know. No.
Let's know so that I can inspire people. In case a new challenge comes now, we'll know if we just start taking
so they need to jump on challenges, because you can never tell.
All right.
Right. So it was in the 6 figures.
Abraham, we need to start. I have costumes. Let's start now. Okay.
So my friend said, do it. And so I did it for the fun of it. Like, it was good. I mean, it was stressful because it was the first time I was having to bring out a lot of clothes from my wardrobe to wear, change, stand in the same spot. Like, I felt like I was nuts. But I enjoyed doing it because I actually just enjoy entertaining. Yeah, so when I saw the traction that it got, I thought, oh, do something else. I did something else. Do something, I did something else. And then people started tagging me in challenges. Please, they should stop.
They should stop. Okay, let's check out one of those challenges now. Let's have a bit of the creative item.
Let's see.
If that floor cannot, did you land on that floor? That floor, but talk about, I have blue jeans. I have white sneakers.
Yeah.
I have white leather jackets.
Mad.
I have white inside. It's only banana. That is not hard. Now, of course, the jean. What's remaining?
It's the landing. You have to land.
So, but there's quite a lot of pain and all of that. Did you actually get to land on the ground? The parts that we don't get to see, the bloopers and all of that. What's the pain? Let's cover the pain behind.
So, actually, I bruised my knee doing that video, or shooting that video. I bruised it at the beginning of the video. So it wasn't even at the end when I did the jump. It was at the beginning when I did the windmill. Yeah. Yeah, so I bruised, knee actually still hurts.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
But
okay.
Let's not see the behind the scenes yet. Yes.
Okay, maybe someday you put together a video behind the scenes.
Sure.
But talking about that knee that hurts, tell me, do you have something to help Itom now calm that knee down? Do you have something there?
I have a very knee calming breakfast.
You have a knee calming breakfast?
A knee calming breakfast.
Okay, good. So, Itom, just let's head over to the ladies there. Merci. And Tokpa is going to take care of you and help that knee.
Hey!
Tokpa, please.
Yes. I got you on lock.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is your seat right there.
Thank you very much.
Right, welcome to the kitchen. For all the stress you go through creating amazing content for us. Chef Shobotimo here. Chef Shobotimo here has prepared breakfast for you. And we have heart-shaped boiled yam.
Heart-shaped.
I
love love.
Heart-shaped boiled yam with egg sauce and shrimp.
Yeah.
Looks really nice.
It does.
Let's give you that to taste, shall we?
Hey.
So.
Hey.
What's the verdict?
Oh, do I have to give a verdict?
Yes.
I think I'm like the worst person to decide whether a food is good or not, because I actually just like food.
You're going to become a food critic by
you like food.
So what do you think?
I think I like the consistency.
Oh, all right. Of what? Of the egg or the yam or the what?
I like how it's feeling.
Okay.
I think it was prepared with a lot of love.
Oh, I'm blushing.
Well, it's really good. Thank you so much.
Is the heart shape inspiring you?
It's the heart shape for me.
All right.
Thanks so much for joining us, and your videos, amazing stuff. The creativity behind it is just it's overwhelming.
We'd like to come watch you when you're creating a video.
Yeah, sure. Sure, why not?
All right then. It's been an exciting episode.
Yeah.
And Mike, do you have any word of wisdom? Or it's kind of like since I
so,
ran up your brain.
So, you see, when you are going through life, you notice that as you pass the eye of the needle, the camel that jumps over the gate would ensure that the teleprompter will bring your phone back onto the phone.
Don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me.
We don't have enough time for you to finish this speech.
Bring out your pen. Did you get wisdom?
Seems like a Martin Luther King speech.
Let me jot it down so I can take it away.
I know you have sense. Take it down, take it down.
But it's been amazing, and we still have more great shows coming your way throughout the week. We're going to start again 7 a.m. tomorrow, everybody.
Yeah.
See ya. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.